you know, and it's very hard for you to spot that. Again, he's going to have to use the cash drawer trick, he's going to have to put the money in and not register it in the system. But bartenders are clever, and bartenders will do whatever it takes sometimes. If they're a dishonest bartender, you're in trouble. They're going to find a way. But you need to establish lines of defense. You need to put in place systems that stop this happening in your own business. Another trick I've come across recently, it's an old trick, is staff coming in with backpacks, with bags, and keeping these bags near to storage areas. Big bulky coats near a fridge, a big bag near a storeroom, a spirit storeroom, liquor storeroom. So at the end of the night, when they're going home, it's very easy to put a bottle into the pocket, put a large bottle of vodka into a backpack, out the back door, very easy. You know, one of the tricks is to not allow staff bring in any bags. Have a separate locker for coats, and if they have to bring in a bag, have a separate locker that you've got the only key for. They have to check in their bag with you at the start of the night. At the end of the night, you can give them back their bag, give them back their coat. Don't give people opportunities to take from you, because people are opportunistic. Studies have shown that if you put something in front of somebody, they're far more likely to do it if they think they'll get away with it. Don't give them the opportunity. And what about the bartenders who give that little bit of extra drink for the girls, the pretty girls? You know, what about those bartenders who pour extra for the bigger tips? You know, it's a given part of the bar culture that a little bit more is given to good customers, or a little bit of a bigger pour for a guy who's tipping big. That's all well and good, but it's got to fit in with your projections and your budget expectations for the bar. If you've set a pour cost of 16% budgeted for the bar, and your pour cost is ending up at 25 and 30%, you've got a problem. And one of the areas could be inaccurate pouring. When was the last time you walked around the bar and observed your bar staff pouring liquor? This is something you need to check out and be monitoring on a weekly basis and see who needs additional training. It's always good for business to give a little bit extra to that regular customer here and there, but don't let the bar staff go overboard on it. What about staff drinks? Do you allow staff drinks in your business? Do you allow staff to congregate at the end of a night? Do you allow them to sit down and have a few beers? You know, do you allow them in your premises when they're off duty? One bar we're working with at the moment absolutely refuses to allow staff to drink on the premises, whether they're on duty or off duty. The reason being, if they're on duty and they're drinking, well, they're a liability and there's far more chance of drink going missing. In addition to the legal obligations of the bar owner, if a bartender goes home drunk or causes an accident on his way home from work and he's over the limit, then you as a bar owner can be held liable for the accident. We're actually working with a bar at the moment where the bartender has taken legal action against the bar owner because he says that the bar owner didn't actually stipulate in writing that he wasn't allowed to take drinks from customers during the night. He was over the limit one night, drove home, had an accident, wrote off his car, and is suing for the value of that. An extreme case, I know, but you need to be vigilant as a bar owner. Staff drinking on the premises is always a grey area, and it very much depends on your own house policy as to what you decide to do. But do bear in mind that if you're letting staff behind at the end of a night and you're going home and you're letting somebody else lock up, you're leaving yourself wide open. After staff have a few drinks, things can get out of hand, and before you know it, you're down a couple of bottles of vodka, a bottle of whiskey, and you don't know where it's gone. Inventory control is another area where you need to be on top of this. You need to be ensuring that you're undertaking an inventory, or you're having somebody come in externally and undertake an inventory for you, a physical inventory of your stock. They need to compare, they need to do a reconciliation of the stock that's missing off the shelves against the stock that's been sold through the point of sale system, and what's the difference. And you don't want this to go on, you don't want a period that's too long that, you know, at the end of 2 months you suddenly discover, oh, I'm missing 18 bottles of vodka. You need to start this off by doing it once a week. And if it's all okay every week, then drop it back to once every 2 weeks, maybe every month. As long as you're happy with the results. Every bar owner has an allowance, has a threshold they're willing to accept as a loss. It might be 1%, it might be 2%, it might be 0.5%, whatever works for the bar. But if it goes over that, you need to be tightening things down. Who does your inventory? If you're letting your staff do the inventories, could they not be skewing the results? What happens if you've got a bar manager and a bar staff member who are undertaking the inventory for you each week? They're going around with their pen and paper and they're writing down the stock on hand. But because the bartender realises, I took a bottle of vodka the other night for a party, I meant to replace it, I haven't brought it back yet, but I'll add it to the stock sheet anyway as if it's in stock because I know I'm going to bring it back. It's giving you a false sense of security thinking your stock is fine, when in reality the bartender and the bar manager have fixed your figures to make it look like you've got the right result. So that's the benefit of bringing in external stock taking, external inventory controllers to do this for you. They have no agenda and they have no, it's not in their interest to report it, good or bad, just exactly how it is. So I strongly recommend external stock controllers. These are just some of the things that we've come across in the last few weeks, in the last few months. This list is by no means exhaustive. There are hundreds of staff tricks, far more than I could ever go into. But as I gather more of these together, put them together in a video format, I'll send it to you as soon as I have it. So, for today, I'm Barry Chandler from managerbar.com. Thank you.